Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, today is going to go down in history as one of the worst days for journalists, bloggers, and reporters and media personnel all across the globe. In fact, I believe we've just lost a huge chunk of our freedom and our freedom to speak out and our freedom of press. Why do I say that? Because Julian Assange, a man who has released treasure troves of information and corruption on Hillary Clinton and her dealings with not only Russia, but her dealings and willingness to share classified information with multiple sources on an unsecured server. This is information that Julian Assange has leaked out to the American public. And now, as a result, he is being drugged off in handcuffs by the British police, and he is now going to jail. This is a huge slap in the face to journalists everywhere. And I do believe we should almost have that time of mourning for our freedom of press. You know, it just breaks my heart. I'm really hoping that President Trump stands in the gap, but I'm not so sure that that's going to take place. But let's get into some of the details, what happened with Julian Assange and the message that he is sending right now to the Trump administration. Let's start with an article from Daily Mail. dailymail.co.uk. Julian Assange faces up to 12 months in UK jail as judge finds him guilty of skipping bail and brands him a narcissist hours after he was dragged out of Ecuador embassy as the US charges him with hacking 750,000 classified documents. Here's another report on Daily Mail. US charges Julian Assange with hacking hundreds of thousands of classified documents by egging on Chelsea Manning to hand over America's secrets. An indictment revealed after he is dragged out of Ecuador's London embassy. Now, here's the thing. The first article revealed that they want to jail Assange in the UK for up to basically a year. And then over in the US, this article reveals that he's facing somewhere around 5 years here in the United States of America, not to mention whatever is going on with Sweden. But the bottom line, this is a man who has revealed and exposed corruption from Hillary Clinton. And the question has to be asked, is Trump going to do anything about it or not? And I'm not quite sure that that's going to happen, but here's what I can tell you. When Julian Assange was drugged out from the embassy there, he left a message for Trump and his administration. Check out this article here on Infowars.com. Mystery: Assange shouts, resist, and yells message to the Trump administration. And he also was carrying a copy of Gore Vidal's History of National Security State while he was drugged out. Now, first, what did he actually yell when he was coming out of the embassy? He says resist. Basically, he tells the UK that they must resist. He says you can resist. The UK can resist. Is this what the Trump administration has come to? The UK must resist. And he repeats that as he's being taken off in handcuffs to jail. But it's a good message. And he was also carrying a copy of Gore Vidal's History of National Security. What is that actually about? Well, here's what the description reads. RNN senior editor Paul Jay, an acclaimed essayist, screenwriter, and novelist, discusses the historical events that led to the establishment of a massive military-industrial complex and the political culture that gave us the imperial president. So an interesting thing about the book that he is carrying there. Now, another man has also chimed in on the action about the arrest, and that is Edward Snowden. Here's what he put out in a tweet. He said, images of Ecuador's embassy inviting the UK's secret police into the embassy to drag a publisher off like that is not award-winning journalism out of the building and going to end up in history books. Assange's critics may cheer, but he says this is a very dark moment for the freedom of press. And I agree. very hard, very much with that statement at the end there. It is a very dark moment for the freedom of press when a man can be drug off like that. Someone who's exposed corruption, someone who's revealed leaked information. Now we are witnessing the death of freedom of press. But you know, Edward Snowden is not the only one who made his voice heard. Also, Glenn Greenwald, a man who himself has exposed much corruption within the government. This is on Mediaite, but it's Glenn Greenwald rages against Assange arrest, battles journalists. It's the criminalization of journalism. Now, he also sent out a tweet, and here's what he had to say. If you're a U.S. media star who has spent 2 years claiming to be so concerned about press freedom over Trump's mean tweets about your friends, but don't raise your voice in protest over this grave attack on press freedom, take a hard look in the mirror. And I agree. Every media outlet, no matter who you belong to or what source, no matter if you're on the left or right, need to take a hard look in the mirror and think about what we have just lost today. You know, I'm literally at a loss for words. All I know is this is a very dark day in history, a day that journalism is literally getting silenced. I mean, how many journalists are now going to be afraid to come forward with that leaked information after seeing what happened to Julian Assange? It's a real question. And the other real question that has to be asked is, how are you going to respond, President Trump? Are you going to pardon Julian Assange? Are you going to go with your pre-statement of Julian Assange before you got elected, or your statement about him after, because they were complete opposites? I'm not sure what to do at this point, but I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns, and pray for Julian Assange. I guess that's where we're at now. Let's keep him in our prayers, pray for the entire situation, because that is what we can do at this point. Anyhow, please don't forget to check out my partner at TrumpCoin2020.com. I want to show you guys this coin. It is really awesome. You can kind of see it there, but also on the back, it's got a list of the accomplishments that Trump has had. And I'm trying to get that up. Good for you. There's some of it. But it's got a list of his accomplishments, some of the things that he's done for the country. While I'm not always happy about what he's doing right now with Assange, there are some good things. I'm going to call out what I need to call out on the president and support where I need to support. And that's why I still believe in this. So TrumpCoin2020.com, make sure you get them. I've got quite a few, but it's a great bartering tool. And use the code Lisa to get $5 off the silver coin and even more off the gold coin. So 24 karat, you can also get these in. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.